Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle, and today we are going to be doing something a bit different today. I'm going to go over my weekly paycheck breakdown. I haven't really ever done a video on this before that I can think of. I normally do like a budget with me and then do like my cash stuffing, but I figured let's go over like my process of what I budget for each week I get paid, because I am paid weekly. So I break down all of my bills and expenses for the week. Now we are going to be doing August. Sorry for the train. Every time I go to record, it's the train. So it must just happen around like lunchtime because that's when I record. So we are going to be doing the first week of August. I get paid on Wednesdays. And if you don't know, what I do is I break down my budget monthly first, because I need to see what I have left over after all of my bills, savings, debt, and subscriptions, so I can figure out what I'm going to be able to put into my expenses and sinking funds. So, I am going to have this off to the side so I can know what is going in for the week. And how I do that too, let's come back here, is I highlight each week. So like purple, that's everything that's coming out the first week, and that goes based on the due date and when I get paid. So let's go on here. I'm gonna just use my tablet to show you guys my budget breakdown, and I think I'll probably pop something up in the corner so you can kind of have a better view of what the expenses are. It's my first time doing this, so I'm not quite sure yet. So like I said, here is my monthly budget that I planned out. I printed it so I can have it off to the side and see what I have for the first paycheck of August. And I am left-handed, so I have to write off to the side all my left-handed-ers. We have my paycheck. Oh, hold on. We have to connect the pencil. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. So whenever like the pencil is running low, in order to use it, you have to plug it in to use it. I don't know, it's silly. So first we're gonna start off on my income. We have $926.33, and then for HSA we have $14.27, and my rollover was $12.89 from last month. We add that all together, we have $953.49. I don't have any bills that are coming out of this check. I have one subscription, my HP All-in-One, for $10. So we're gonna take our 953 minus 10, 943.49. And then so if I invest, I have 5. This has changed a little bit. I was doing a yearly savings challenge, and I stopped doing that in July because things have kind of changed a bit. So I'm only doing $5 into my invest account, and when things change a little bit more financially, I will pick up my savings again. So it's minus 5. That gives us $938.49. And then for my debt, we have my Jeep payment. So that leaves us with $450.29. And then, so for my expenses and sinking funds, we have 30 for eating out, 80 for gas, 250 for groceries, health and wellness. I believe I did 20 here. Household was 6. Miscellaneous is 10. Prescriptions is $14.27, and that's where my HSA comes into play because I always take that out of there. And then spending is 10. Let's go ahead and add that up. Add this. Hold on, let's make sure. Oh, see, spending, I did that wrong. I'm like, something is off here. Spending is 5. Okay, and then that, and then we did 80. So that gives us $415.27. So we do 450.29 minus 415.27. That gives us 3502 left over. And that's gonna get rolled over into my next week's pay. That is what I do for this week. I'm gonna go ahead and do my cash stuffing. So it's gonna be like a 2-part. We're gonna do a paycheck breakdown, and then I'm gonna do my cash stuffing into my wallet, and then I think I have one going into my sinking funds. I'm pretty sure. I have my cash planning here. I'm gonna leave that off to the side. Put this here. Get out our cash tray. Here is my teller slip. We should have $331. So we have 1, 2, 20, 220, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31. $331. Okay, lots of 10s, 5s, and 1s. So, because I have already spent some of this, when I stuff my wallet, I am going to be leaving some of it because I did spend some in groceries, and then, like I said, the eating out that I need to put in my binder so I can unstuff and pay my card later. So, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and stuff the wallet portion first. Move this here. I'm left-handed, so I still like struggle with like what is the best setup here. So, I haven't quite figured it out. So, here are my envelopes that I have in my wallet that I stuffed. I should have $26 left over, and I'm gonna keep that in there and roll it over because I will likely need it. So we're just gonna leave it there. Okay, so first, groceries. So I have $215 that I need to put into my binder, and then I plan to stuff 50. So what I'm gonna do is take out this 15 that I have in here, and I have 200 here, and this is what's going to go into my binder that I need to unstuff at the end of the month. And then so I have 50 left to stuff in here, so we have 20, 30, 40, and 50. So this is going to last me until August 19th. Now, I did most of my shopping in bulk. I go to Costco, and so I should ideally be good. So let's just hope that works out, right? Okay, and then spending. I'm gonna mark them off on my cash planning since I'm kind of out of order. Spending, we're gonna do $5, and we have $3 left in here, so that is gonna give us $8 in spending. And this is, I've kind of been using for like my coffee. So there's that. Eating out. So we need to stuff 30 in here, and I have 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have $8 and I need to put 9 aside. So what did I do? I'm gonna take a 1 from here, and that is gonna be for my envelope for eating out, and then we'll stuff $29. So we have 2 10s, a 5, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And so how I'm gonna do it is, if it's not in the envelope, I can't use my card or I can't spend at all. So it's either use cash or you don't spend, and that's how it's gonna be. I've been kind of lenient on that, and it's just been too much. So we're not gonna do that anymore. Self-care, we are not doing anything in there. Household, we are doing 6. We'll do a 1 and a 5. And then miscellaneous, we did 10. So I did 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that is it for my wallet. There goes my pen. I do have a couple of receipts in here that I have to pull out so I can scan into my rewards. I use several of them. I use Fetch, Coin Out, Receipt Hog. There's a couple, and I really kind of love them. So we're gonna pull out these receipts and put them to the side because I need to scan them. And then since I added money to my wallet, let's update that total as well. So 8.5, and we added, let's see, so 29 plus 50 plus 6 plus 10 plus 5, we added $100. So that should give us $126 to last us until August 19th, and I think that should be perfect. All done with the wallet. So now we need to go into my hybrid. We need to get into the hybrid binder, and I'm gonna put this cash in here so I can pull at the end of the month. So the first one we're gonna do is eating out. And so I already have some in here too. We're adding this 9. So 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, $21 in here that I have to pull out at the end of the month so far to pay off my card for eating out. And what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna track on the back if I'm stuffing it in here to keep it to pull out, because I already know that it's being used. So that is how I'm going to try to remember to do that. So I know I can't use that. I'm only using what's in my wallet. Gas, so I have $80 that I put into my gas electronic fund. So to me, it's just easier to not stuff gas because I don't like to pay with cash when I'm getting gas, because you have to always go inside. So I'm always probably going to use my card there. So I transferred that over there this morning. Groceries, we're going to add that $2.15. And then the last one that I'm stuffing is wellness. I have $20 going into there, and I will track that because this I can spend. I don't have, I guess I could have, in my wellness, I could have put that under self-care, but I have this in here because I'm gonna need it for vitamins for me and the girls. So that I will track. So we're adding 20, and I did a 10, and I had 2 5s, but I had to switch it out, so here we go. We have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, $20 going there. And that is it for my hybrid binder. My last binder is going to be my bills binder. If you're new here, the only bill that I stuff right now are my subscriptions. And I do have money left over in here. And I am going to leave this in my binder. I think I'm going to move it to my month ahead because I want to slowly try to build up my month ahead, and the only way I'm going to be able to do that is to do it in small amounts right now. So what I will do is I'm going to put this 6 here, and we'll do 8 5. We're going to minus 6 and then plus 10 to give us 10. Because I am adding 10 for my HP subscription for this month. And then if we move back here, I have my month ahead expenses, and I should have a subscription. Yep. So we're gonna add $5 and $6 into subscriptions under month ahead. And again, like I said, slowly start building up that month ahead. I have to start doing things differently in order to see changes. So this is what we're starting with. I'm slowly going to be working on building up my month ahead. And when I realized I overstuffed last month, I said that is the perfect opportunity to take that extra cash and put it in my month ahead to slowly build this up. It's going to take time because I don't have a lot of extra income, but maybe at the end of the month, if I have anything left over my wallet, that will go towards my month ahead as well. So all we can do is try to plan and prepare and do our best. So that is it for my bills binder. I forgot to put my pen back in here, so let's put my pen back in my wallet so I don't forget. And that is it. So I realized I was kind of maybe all over the place because I didn't really have a plan as to like what I was going to exactly do. So the more that I do these weekly budget by paycheck, I think the easier it'll become. I think next week I will probably do a reel of my budget by paycheck breakdown, only because I'm not cash stuffing next week and I feel like it'll be a short video, so I think it would be more appropriate to have a reel instead of doing a video. I thought I'd go over my paycheck breakdown because I was doing a cash stuffing and change up the content that I'm doing a little bit. Figured that might be nicer to see coming from a, you know, single mom of 2. I work 1 job. I'm probably going to look into getting some type of part-time job to help supplement my income and get ahead, because we're not ahead right now. We're making it. Okay. So I want to do better. I am planning to buy my first home in 2029. That is when my oldest is out of elementary school. I didn't want to have to move her again into a new elementary school. So she has 3 more years left there. She starts 3rd grade this year, and then she's got to do 4th and 5th. And she'll be done in May of 2029. And my lease is up in June of every year. So that like kind of works out perfect. So I am planning and preparing so I can buy my first home in 2029. So that's exciting. I kind of have been like tossing it in the air, like, you know, do I do 2028? But I will likely have to move out of my school zone, and I didn't want to have to move her, but as of right now, the plan is for 2029 to buy a home, unless something comes up in 2028 where I can buy a home that I love and stay in the same school district. Then I will likely consider moving earlier. So everything just depends. It's going to depend on my financial situation, where I'm at. I need to pay off my car and my debt. Well, I guess just my debt. I need to pay off my debt before I buy a home, because there are so many unexpected expenses. That is the only benefit to renting, is you don't have all those expenses. So I need to be prepared for additional expenses that I don't have now, and right now I wouldn't be able to do that. So yeah, we have to just take it day by day, week by week, month by month. Every day's a new day to start over, try again. Finances are hard, but I think if you're truly honest about them with yourself and are committed to making that change, it really is for the best. You just have to be able to make that change. I have 2 little girls that I want to set a good example for. So trying my best here, and that's all we can do. So sorry for that little rant. I went on a lot longer than I wanted to, but thank you guys for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed my first paycheck breakdown, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.